Good morning, my friends. Guess what? Another snow day here in the Dirty Jers. You know, it's really easy for schools to call snow days now because of the virtual learning, so they don't even hesitate. It is going to be bad. It started snowing at about 6, and it's a heavy, wet, icy snow, so the roads are going to get bad pretty quickly, the ones that have not been treated. So it's the right call, but that puts me at a day off today. It's one of the advantages or disadvantages, you know, depending on how you look at it, of only babysitting, or mostly babysitting, I should say, for teachers, because then when they're off, I'm off. So we got up, we got in a HIIT workout this morning, and now I am just getting coffee and tea made. I have a busy day. I plan on doing, yes, a little more decluttering. There's some stuff in my bedroom I'd like to go through. I have some boxes of jewelry and even my everyday jewelry I'm going to go through because there's stuff I don't wear, and just kind of see what's there and send it on its way. I also need to bake some bread today, like regular sandwich bread. I'll bring you along for that. What else did I write in my planner that I wanted to do? I have some sewing I need to do. We'll see if I get to that. And we are out of dog treats. I need to make a recipe of dog treats, which they're easy, so I can bang those out pretty quickly. And I need to work on my website. So I have a very full day off, as usual. And that's about it. I'm going to get tea and coffee going and it's early for breakfast. We generally don't eat breakfast until about 9:30. So I will bring you along and show you what I am eating today. Yeah, just, you know, another snow day here. Tomorrow I'll have my menu, but no grocery haul. And I started making my grocery list. Like, next week will be the time that we shop for the whole month of March. I started making my grocery list, and let me tell you, I thought it was going to be huge. It's really not off the menu that I have set for March, so we'll see. We'll definitely see about that. The kettle just went off, so I am going to go make tea and coffee and get myself cleaned up and get my day rolling because I want to be productive. Thought I would show you the candles I made last night. I can actually take the clips off now. Last February, can't take the clips off with one hand though, can I? Last February, when, you know, things were still normal, myself, Doug, and our best friends, Jeff and Krista, went away for the weekend to Lidditz, Pennsylvania. They have what's called the Fire and Ice Festival. I vlogged that weekend. I can link it in the iCards above or below or somewhere. Anyway, at this little gift shop, I bought this candle making kit. The scent, like, Krista and I just fell in love with it. So I bought a kit. It was the easiest thing I've ever done because you don't have to add scent or anything. It was just the big 4-ounce blocks of wax, and you just melt them. You know, set your wick, melt the wax, pour it into your container of choice, trim the wick, and there, let them sit for 24 hours, and there you go. You have a candle. So I bought the kit. I made one for myself, made one for Krista, and have made them since. And I used the last of it last night and made another biggish one. I probably should have done 2 wicks. That would have been good. Probably would have burned nice and evenly, but oh well. And then I made this little one. It is a grapefruit pine scent. I know that sounds crazy, but oh my gosh, it is so, so good. So I finished up that kit last night. I kept the name of it in case I want to look up online to see if I can get another one, you know, down the line or somewhere. So now I have 2 brand new candles that I can burn after 24 hours. They have to sit tomorrow they'll be ready. So I'm getting my breakfast ready while I'm waiting for those cookies to come out. And I have 3/4 cup of cooked steel cut oats. I have about 2 teaspoons of the Circle Gold monk fruit brown sugar. And then I'm going to put in 1 tablespoon of crunchy almond butter. And 1 tablespoon is 16 grams. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to stir this in. Oops. Zero it out. And 16 grams of wow, 16 on the dot. Look at that. And let's see. I think I will add in 1 gram of walnuts. Actually, we're going to do 2 grams of walnuts. And there is my oatmeal bowl. Doug's, I'm going to do kind of the same thing for him, except he's going to get a banana in his. I would like a banana, but we all know I'm allergic to raw bananas, so. And I think I'm going to give him 2 tablespoons, 32 grams of the nut butter. He's a guy, he can eat a little bit more than I can, and needs to eat a little bit more than I do. There we go, on the dot, and I'm just gonna slice a banana on his, and we are good to go for breakfast. I'll put the points on the screen. Okay, let's get started on the bread. So what I'm gonna do, in the bowl of my mixer, and I have the dough hook on, I'm going to put in some yeast, 2 1/4 teaspoons, which is equal to 1 little packet. If you buy it by the packets, I buy it in bulk. A teaspoon of sugar. I'm just going to use monk fruit. And then you need 1 2/3 cup of water, but you only need half for this part. So I'm just going to add about half of the water. Doesn't have to be perfect. Now, if you're using instant yeast, like the SAF, any kind of instant yeast, you just let this sit for about 5 or 10 minutes. If you're using active dry yeast, you need to let it sit for 15 until it activates. So I am just going to give that a quick little zhuzh around, and then I'm gonna let it sit for 5 or 10 minutes, and then be back to start adding our dry ingredients. Okay, that's been sitting. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add the remaining water. We're going to add, now here you can add a tablespoon of honey. I'm just gonna add another tablespoon of monk fruit in there. Then we're gonna add a teaspoon of salt. Whoops. I only added a half a teaspoon. Then we are going to add 1 1/2 tablespoons of room temperature butter that's been cubed. This is just real regular butter. And then 4 cups of all-purpose flour. This is just regular unbleached all-purpose flour. I'm sure if you use bread flour that the crumb might be a little bit lighter in texture, but we really like this bread, so I use what I have. And then we are just going to start the mixer on low. Let it get nice and well combined until it comes together. Then once it comes together, I'm going to turn it up just a little bit. And I'm going to let it go for another 6 to 9 minutes and just let the mixer do all the work, kneading the dough. And once it pulls away from the sides and it's a nice soft dough but not sticky, that's when it'll be done. Like I said, about 6 to 9 minutes. If it's too sticky, you can add a couple more tablespoons of flour if needed. So I'm just going to turn this on. And there's no rush, just let it go. After it starts mixing for about 2 minutes, I usually shut it off and go in with a scraper and make sure it's all incorporated if it doesn't pick it all up. So we're just gonna let that go and we'll be back. I'm just gonna turn the mixer off, give this a little push down. And then let it go. Okay, I let it go for about 8 minutes. And now what I'm gonna do is just take it out of here and put it into a large bowl that I have greased with some olive oil. Just trying to get every last drop. Or good enough. I'm just going to turn it over, roll it around, just to make sure the whole thing is covered. There you go, looks good. And now I'm just going to cover it with a tea towel, and I'm going to let it rise for about 45 minutes until it's doubled in size. You don't want to overproof it, but you don't want to underproof it. So just kind of take a look at it and give it about 45 minutes. Now, it's really cold here today in Jersey, and even though my house is warm, there's still a draft. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of make a fake proofing oven. What I do is I take my oven and I turn it on to 200 degrees and I let it heat up just for 1 minute. It hardly even gets to 105 degrees. It's just barely warm, but it's warm enough to create a nice environment for dough to rise. So you put the oven on the 200, leave it go for 1 minute and turn it right off. So you're really not preheating it to 200, you're just warming it a little bit. And I'm gonna let this go for 45 minutes. We'll take a look at it and then we'll shape it and see what we have. Okay, the dough has risen for 45 minutes. It looks beautiful. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to divide it in half and work on half at a time. Sometimes it depends. Sometimes I'll weigh it, make sure it's half. Sometimes I don't. Darn close. Boom. Okay, so we're gonna start, I'm just gonna do the 1/2 for you. I'm gonna turn it out onto the counter, a floured surface, and then I'm just gonna start patting it down. And you wanna use your fingers and you wanna make sure that any of the air bubbles that you see, you kind of pop. You don't want the air bubbles. Oh, this dough is beautiful. And we're just gonna pat it down into a 8-inch wide by 12-inch long rectangle. There we go. That's about right. Can make it a little nicer of a rectangle, I guess. And then we're going to start with the short side, and we're just going to roll it up tight. Just come down here a little bit, keep you in the frame. And I'm just going to pinch that seam just to seal it, and that's going to go seam side down in the pan. And then I'm just going to tuck the ends under, make them rounded while stretching out the top just a little bit, put a little tension in the top. Then I have two 8.5 by 4.5 inch loaf pans that I've greased, and we're just going to pop it right in there. Now, with the size of the loaf pan, if you use a bigger loaf pan, like a 9 by 5 or 9 by 6, whatever they are, you're not going to want to divide the dough because your loaves are going to come out too flat and too small in a bigger loaf pan. So there's our first one. I'm going to go do the second one. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of plastic wrap and I'm going to spray it with some nonstick spray and put over the top and let them rise again for 45 minutes. And then we're going to bake them. So I'll show you what they look like after the second rise. So here is the bread after the second rise and after I took the plastic wrap off. So now I am going to bake it at 390 degrees. I know that's a crazy temperature, but that's what it is, for 25 to 30 minutes until it is golden brown. Kind of an odd lunch today. I'm just trying to finish up some things that were in the fridge. So I have a little bit of shrimp here for 0 points on blue and purple and 2 points on green. I have a slice of bread for 2 points with egg salad with 1 egg and a teaspoon of mayonnaise. So the bread is 2 points on all plans. Egg is 0 on blue and purple and 2 on green. The mayonnaise is 0. It's not enough to count, 1 teaspoon. Then I have some veggies and dip and a little bit of homemade sauerkraut, all 0. So that is my eclectic lunch today. Thought I would show you my stylish new dishwashing gloves. I used to wear gloves all the time when I would work, in the water and stuff. And then I stopped because I was having trouble finding non-latex ones because everything is latex and I'm allergic to latex. So I stopped wearing them for a long time. And then this winter, my hands are a hot mess from it's just been so cold and being in the water all the time. So found some on Amazon. Aren't they cute though? And I love these because they are so tall. They literally go up to almost my elbow. I don't have to roll my sleeves up. I just plop them right on. And they come in sizes, so I was able to get ones that fit my hands and aren't too big. And most importantly, they are non-latex. Because you have no idea how much latex, how many things latex is in. Earbuds, the kind with the little caps and stuff over them. Most of them are latex. Found that out the hard way. I was sitting there one night with a pair of earbuds in, and all of a sudden, started itching like crazy. My ears were red and irritated. Now, the iPod ones or iPhone ones, or you know what I'm talking about. They're all just plastic. They don't have the little silicone. My ears are funny shaped, and I have a really hard time with earbuds. I like to wear the ones that hook over your ears, but now I don't even because they're just a pain in the butt. They're uncomfortable for me, and like I said, to find some that are latex free. So I wear these big old DJ headphones, which are great. I love them because they don't fall out. I love them, but I can't wear earrings with them because they hurt my ears. And I actually haven't had to wear them today. I wear them mostly at night, if Doug's watching something on his phone or reading or something. I don't want to bother him and I'm watching something on my iPad. I put them on. But nobody's here today, so I was able to listen to my podcast today without them on. So that was nice. Oh, I'll turn you around. I'm not even going to turn you around. We're going to do it this way. There's our snow. There's Miss Ari out in the snow. A couple more months, that garden will be nice and green and full, I hope. As a matter of fact, that's what I need to go do right now. I need to go plant some seeds. I really want to have some herbs on the windowsill, well, on my little plant stand, because I hate buying them at the store. They're ridiculously expensive for fresh herbs. So I want to try to grow some inside. I mean, it's a little bit late now. I should have done it in the fall, but I just want to see if it'll work. So I have some seeds. I have some containers. Doug brought the dirt in from the shed for me yesterday. Still can't get parsley seeds. I have basil and I have dill. And I wanted basil, dill, and parsley. But I can't get parsley. Both places I was at were out of parsley, so we'll see. I'll get it. But I'm going to go down and I'm going to replant those. And replant that. I don't know if I'm going to get to my sewing today. And I'm really starting to question whether we'll have a snow day tomorrow, because it is supposed to freezing rain overnight. So if they don't have school, I won't have kids, so I'll have a snow day tomorrow. We will see. Going down for some dinner, and tonight is chicken, or creamy chicken and mushrooms, and I have it served over some whole wheat pasta. It's about 3/4 cup of pasta, so I think that's either 4 or 5 points on blue and green and 0 on the purple plan because it's whole wheat. And the chicken, I believe, is 3 points. I'll have to put it on the screen because now I forget. 3 points on blue and purple. It'll be 5 points on green, and I'm serving it with a side of fresh steamed green beans. Here is the bread out of the oven. As soon as it comes out, I turn it out on the cooling rack immediately, and then I take 1 teaspoon, probably not even a whole teaspoon, of butter and melt it and just brush it over the top of both loaves. It's no points to count. It's so little spread out over 2 full loaves of bread that, you know, it's nothing to count, and it definitely, you know, gives it a nice look, a nice sheen, and a nice top. So there is our sandwich bread. I'm going to let it cool completely, and then I will slice it either 13 or 15. I don't know. I want to play with the points a little bit. I will slice them both down once they're completely cool, and then I will wrap them and freeze them because I still have a little bit of bread left from the one I took out of the freezer. So that will be our bread for however long it lasts. Okay, my friends, that is it for me tonight. I am done. I am toast. I am tired. It was a busy day, and I forgot to pick up the camera for half of it. I did want to mention that today is my 2-year YouTube anniversary. Yep, February 18th of 2019, I uploaded my very first video. I went back and watched it today. Yeah, it was a weird angle, yeah, it was weird. But yeah, 2 years today. I cannot believe it. I think I have 794 videos. Holy mackerel. Yeah, in 2 years. That's crazy. But none of this would be possible without you guys, because you're my lifeline. So thank you for all of your support over the last 2 years, all of your kind comments, even the not so kind ones, all your thumbs up, all your thumbs down, all your shares, all your subscribes, everything. I appreciate you more than you know. I cannot believe how blessed I am to have all of you in my life, and I really love sharing our lives with you. So thank you for... The dog just came flying in from outside. I'm like dead stopped. I thought she was going to jump right on me because she's cold and she wants to snuggle with her mama, right, Aria? Aria needs to get to the groomer really, really bad. And somebody keeps forgetting to make the appointment. Mentioning no names.
Whoops.
That one over there. I know I could do it myself, but he always does it, and he knows how to do it. I think he does it online. He knows who our groomer is and all that. So Anyway, so thank you for supporting my channel. And that is it. I am calling it a night. I did not get done nearly what I wanted to today, but did get some more decluttering done. So I'm excited about that. I can't believe tomorrow's Friday already. Very excited about that. So I will talk to you all tomorrow for menu plan. I won't be doing a full day of eating because tomorrow is, for Doug and I, it's a day of fasting. It's just something that we do during Lent. Like, some people give stuff up during Lent. One of the things we do is fast every Friday. Like, we fast from now until dinner time tomorrow. It's just one way that we can do a sacrifice, because that's what Lent's all about, is, sacrificing. So that's our sacrifice, is to fast on Fridays. We'll break our fast with dinner tomorrow night. And yeah, this week's tough when we have to fast twice in 1 week, because we fasted yesterday and then today. So this week's tough with the 2 times, like almost back to back. It makes for a tough workout in the morning, but it is what it is, and we can afford a sacrifice. So I will talk to you all very, very soon. I will talk to you tomorrow for menu, and then I'll probably do a weekend vlog. We don't have any plans, so it'll probably be boring. We'll see. I'll talk to you soon.